team news, please?
Well, from Wednesday night, it looks like we have no big problems. The only uncertainty I have is Santi Cazorla got a kick. We'll see how he is today, and nobody coming back. So, of course, we lose Xhaka because he's suspended, and everybody else should be available.
What's the latest on Aaron Ramsey and Olivier Giroud?
They're progressing well. Olivier Giroud could maybe be involved on Tuesday. Aaron certainly will need one more week sharpening up. He could be available, but we want him really to be 100% fit before we bring him back.
8 games gone in the Premier League, 5 points separating the top 7. What are the early trends you've seen this season?
That before the season, everybody would say that it is could be a very tight, interesting championship. After the first 2-3 games, you could see that City, people feared that City would run away with it, or United won as well the first 3 games. But I believe we are all in the same pack there, and it's down to be consistent and to try to just focus game after game.
Does it feel like the traditional title rivals are reasserting themselves?
Yes, it's. I think you have to make the points, and find in every single game the solutions that your opponents give you, and be ready to be focused for 90 minutes. From Man City to United, everybody has a chance. Chelsea, everybody has a chance.
In terms of Ramsey, how's he progressing?
Ramsey is progressing well, and I believe fitness-wise he's 90% there.
Any potential return date?
His potential return could be not against Reading on Tuesday, maybe Sunderland.
And you've lost just one game now in 7 months. What do you think's been key to that incredible run?
Well, I think we have been consistent, and don't forget as well, in the 7 months you have 3 months holiday basically. So we have to analyze that in a realistic way, but we are consistent at the moment, and I feel there's more to come out from our team, and the confidence is there because as you said, we have been consistent, and overall the desire to do well, the hunger to do well is there. We have to maintain that.
Do you feel this squad has the strength and depth to go the distance in the title race this time?
We have the squad, yes, and we have to show that we have the quality, to maintain the energy in the team for 10 months. Will depend on the players, on me, and as well a little bit on injuries on the injury side.
Do you think you and the players will have learnt from last season? Will that bode you in?
Look, we finished second last season, so even if we were disappointed, it was not as well a disastrous season, but you have to give credit to Leicester. They lost only 3 games last year, and that's why they finished on top. But of course we want to do better, and we have learned a lot from last season. But I feel as well, if you look at the results in last season, after January, we have improved a lot, and our results have been quite consistent.
And as Ozil showed how important he is in midweek, are you any closer to securing his and Alexis Sanchez's longer-term future?
Look, we are always in touch, and that's our desire. Mesut Özil is 28 years old. He's in the prime of his career, and of course we want him to contribute to the success of the club in the future.
Do you think your future will affect their decision at all? Are you all staying?
No, I don't say that. I feel they want to be happy. They are happy at the club, and I want them to commit to the club because they believe they're in the right place.
Arsene, on your future, David Seaman said yesterday the club should go all out to give you a new contract and get it all signed up. Is there any news on it? Have you started talks?
No, I don't want to speak about that because I've spoken about that plenty, and nothing has changed.
So you're not in talks with them yet?
Nothing has changed to what I said before.
Okay. You won on in the week with 6-0 with 43% of possession. What does that tell us about Arsenal this season?
That we have been clinical on counter-attack, because it's as well, you have always to look at the history of a game. You know, we had quite good possession in the first half. In the second half, when the team is 3-0 down, they try to come out and open spaces for you to be clinical on counter-attack. So the history of the game has decided a little bit, and the possession and the goal-scoring opportunities for us.
And Mesut Ozil scored 8 goals, did he, last season? He's got 6 already this. Is it something you've been working on with him?
Look, he works quite well in finishing, in training, and I believe that every player gets in a habit of having a game and the vision of his game, and sometimes doesn't get out of the boundaries that he has fixed himself, you know, and he experienced his game as a provider, and I think slowly is getting the taste to think, oh, maybe I can finish as well, you know, and that's what you want him to do, to add that to his game, because there's no reason why he should not finish and score, and hopefully the fact that he scored again on Wednesday night will give him that taste and that desire.
You spoke last week about the virus of negativity that can very quickly come into a club after the Swansea defeat, and it can go away very slowly. Do you think it's now gone?
Nothing has gone in our game. You have to accept. I believe that humility is to understand that you start again from zero, and that you are in a jungle. We live in a jungle where everybody wants to eat you, and you have to survive by keeping your vigilance. You know, that's what competition is about, and so every day you have to fight again to survive.
You mentioned Manchester City, who had obviously the great start to the season, and they've shown some vulnerabilities in the last month. Do you think we were all a bit too quick to say City are going to run away with it?
No, I believe that City will be is a fantastic team who will challenge, of course, for the Premiership. They have maybe been a bit less, had a bit less wins in the recent games, but that doesn't change the fact that when you look at the chances they had against Everton, that they will be the side to beat, one of the sides to beat in the Premier League if you want to win the league.
Just while you mentioned you live in a jungle, what creature would Arsenal be in the jungle? The love to win and the competitiveness of the Premier League is absolutely exciting. We live all in a jungle, you and I, you know, we are all in that together.
How do you follow that? You mentioned earlier about how injuries will be important in how you get on this season. You seem to have fewer of them. Have you improved, do you think, in managing the players?
It's a bit early to say that. I believe we have improved on muscular injury front tremendously in the last 2 or 3 years. Last year we've been unlucky with the knocks we got, you know, and joint injuries we got because it was down to blocks in the game. But overall, on the muscular front, I think we have done much better, and hopefully we can continue that.
What are you doing differently?
It's not one measure, but it's to analyze the level of fatigue, of recovery, the preparation as well, the prevention. Everything, you know, is a bit more scientific, and maybe that makes you a little bit more predictable to what could happen when you know. We know the players very well now because we have data for a few years, and we could analyze when did he get injured, when a repetition of some signs, of some warnings that we know much better about them.
You took a lot of stick for giving Mesut, for example, a rest after the Euros, but are we seeing the benefits of that now?
Yes, you know, that's I have to make the right decisions and be convinced by the things I do. So that's what I do. After criticizing is part of being exposed to a public job.
You must feel you got that one right, though.
I think so, because I have a lot of experience on that front. You know, I manage players who go to the big tournaments for a long time, and I gave even a longer break to Sanchez. Gave him 5 weeks because he had an ankle injury as well, and I believe it took them some time to come back to their best, but it was the right decision.
We'll just ask you about Danny Welbeck. Is there any update on his recovery?
He's ahead of schedule, and he could be back in January.
That must be really pleasing for you. That he's
Of course, after that, let's not forget that he was already out for a year. We might have to be patient to get him back to a real competitive level. It will take certainly 2 months competition to get back after to his best.
What sort of stage is he at? Is he out there at all yet?
No, he will be out, I think, to start to run in 2 weeks.
Arsene, what have you made of Middlesbrough's start to the season? Just the one win so far.
Look, if you look at the quality of their games away from home, they've done quite well. At home they will be unlucky, but away from home I feel they have done extremely well. They play. They are not afraid to take responsibilities in their game, and they are a team who is good going forward, who looks that they can score goals and will need a good defensive performance.
A lot's been made of your attacking play this season, but at the back you've been great. Three goals in 7 games you've conceded. What are your thoughts on the partnership between Mustafi and Koscielny?
Until now it has worked well. Quicker maybe than people expected it to do, but we have some good tests coming up, and we have to show that I think on a longer period that it can work.